Today we're doing something a little bit different and probably a lot more fun in celebration of us hitting 350 subscribers. Yep. Today I have Zeniora here with me.
Today we're going to be going through the history of Miguel's cars, and I am going to be rating them based on 5 factors.
Yeah, so the 5 criteria are: number 1, style and look. Number 2, performance, aka speed and fun. Number 3, how daily drivable were these cars? Are they reliable? Are they comfy? Do they pass the girlfriend or wife test? Number 4, cool factor, aka how much of a boss do I look like getting out of it? And 5, how much emotional damage they cause. And the 5th one, emotional damage, is a way for B to kind of take points away because she got to see all the trauma I went through with every single one of these cars. So the first one we have today is Stacy, my 1999 Acura TL. I swapped the engine. I put a 6-speed manual in it.
The interior.
I changed the interior, the wheels, the brakes.
Everything.
So first criteria for Stacy is style and look.
You know, what's so funny is that this was the first car you drove, and you were, what, 18 years old? I thought this was a very mature car for him. I just did not expect him to pull up in this grocery getter sedan. But it's a really nice looking car. I thought it was so pretty, and it was this beautiful teal, dark green teal
dark
color.
Emerald pearl. Stop calling my cars teal. Okay, they're green and not teal. Let's rate every car at its best. Okay, so like
I would give it 4.
What about performance? Next criteria, speed and fun.
This car was a ton of fun. We took many road trips in this car.
First Tail of the Dragon trip.
Yes, and a very spontaneous trip to Chicago in this car.
Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah. As part of my swap, when I was doing the 6-speed, nobody had really figured out how to make the manual transmission work with the older ECU of the car. And this guy in Chicago had this module that he created. And he said, hey, if you bring me your automatic transmission and a few $100, I'll give you this module that'll make the car work. I didn't really know that you could ship something that big. Like, I could have just
18,
put it,
guys. We were like 18.
yeah. Like, I could have put it on a bus or something. I don't know. So I was like, sure. I put the automatic transmission in the trunk of the car, and me and you hopped in the car, and we drove to Chicago.
Just nonstop.
Nonstop. We drove nonstop to Chicago, picked up the module, ate a deep dish pizza,
and
chugged some Gatorade.
Yes.
Turned around and came back because I had to go to work the next day. And how fast did we get there? Because we're on the performance criteria.
If I remember correctly, I think it was.
Wow. I'm going to have to censor that out because I was definitely breaking the law. So, performance, 1 to 5 turbos. What do you rate this one?
I would give it a 4 too.
A 4? Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. You like the TL more than I thought.
We haven't gotten to the rest of the cars, so.
All right. How daily drivable was this car?
Oh,
it's a sedan,
man.
so.
It was a nice car to be in, honestly. And it was useful because it had a back seat. 4 doors is really nice. And a pretty big trunk. So getting groceries and things like that was easy. So I would give it a 5.
Yeah, you're right. It was a good daily driver. I put over 230,000 miles on this car. And I still regret selling it. Never sell your first car if you can afford not to. All right, what about the cool factor? Need I remind you, it had heated seats. And I put a carputer in it.
That's true. A lot of those things, honestly, I felt like weren't necessary. And also, even though like the sedan that was useful, did I think it was cool at the time? We were 18, so I don't know if it was super cool. So I would say a 3.
I'll take it. Now let's get to the emotional damage part of it. How much pain and suffering did this car put me through?
From my perspective, I just could not understand why you would mess with a good thing because it was running perfectly fine before he started messing with it.
Because it could run better.
How are we rating this emotional damage?
The more turbos you rate it, the more emotional damage it caused. So if you rate it 5 turbos, it's going to subtract 5 points.
Okay. I think a solid 4.
4.
Yes.
Okay. All right, cool. So that was Stacy. That was my boo, Stacy. Like, it's a cool car to have when you're young and you kind of want to flex a little bit.
Yeah.
More luxury.
Yeah.
And I got it dirt cheap. I think I paid like $6,000 for it at the time. And then I proceeded to put like a lot more grand into it. But
It got way more grander.
Yes.
Yes.
We're not gonna,
Way more grand.
we're not going to talk about that. All right, moving on. And the next car on our list is probably Bianca's favorite. This is my 1992 Civic EG hatch. If you know, you know.
Oh, God.
With a B18C swap, Integra interior, and rusty shell. And it had AC. You don't know this, but doing this type of swap and having AC was a hard flex. My heat works, and I'm cool. So, all right, yeah, all right. So let's get to style and look.
Oh my gosh. I hated this car. Well, let me see a picture of it. Yeah, it looks unfinished. I don't know what's happening with the hood there.
I was working on it. You didn't. I sold it before I finished.
It looked like a piece of charcoal. Like, I hated this car.
Okay.
I
So what are you rating it? Are you rating it? Is this a roast? Like,
I'm giving it a 1.
a 1.
A 1.
1 turbo out of 5 in the style and look department. That's fair. Honestly, guys, I didn't get to finish this. The one thing about me is I always need the car to be mechanically sound before I even do anything aesthetic.
But, I mean, imagine coming from the TL and then going into that.
This was a money move. It was the TL was nickel and diming me. I got this shell for $500. I got the B18.
It looked every bit of $500.
It came with wheels. It had an exhaust kinda, and I got the B8. I built this whole car for $2,500. Okay, moving on. Performance, speed, and fun.
I remember, yes, it was really nimble. I mean, this car was so small, so it was fun to be in. But I did really think it was too loud for me. So I would rate it a 3.
A 3 turbos on the
3
speed and fun.
turbos
Okay,
for
3
speed and
turbos.
fun.
All right. Daily drivable. Maybe this is where the exhaust comes into play. I mean, it was reliable.
I don't recall really being in this car that much.
Because you avoided it.
So maybe you should rate it.
So it was reliable in the sense that it never didn't start. I got everywhere I wanted to go, but right after the swap, there was a couple of issues there and I was late to work. So I would give it like a solid 3 turbos.
3 turbos.
Because it wasn't comfortable. I mean, it was slammed. It was static. I think this is why I have back issues because of this car. And I remember the exhaust being so loud that I had earplugs. I would wear earplugs because I didn't have the money to buy a new exhaust yet. And it had a straight pipe with no muffler, no cats. It sounded like riding in a tin can with a chainsaw.
Girls, it was embarrassing.
Okay, we'll get to the cool factor next. How cool was this car? I mean, look at the stance.
It was a little cool. I could see your vision for it.
But
at the time,
it didn't feel like you could see my vision. I felt no support when it came to this car.
I think I would give it a 2. 2 turbos for cool.
Okay. We're just gonna move on. How many turbos of emotional damage did this cause?
I don't remember actually.
Most of my emotional damage was caused by you.
True.
Complaining about the car.
True, yes.
But the car, it was good at drowning out your complaints.
Wow. Can I give it a 1 just because of the emotional damage it caused me for being too embarrassed to drive in it?
Sure.
Okay.
All right, there you go. So there it is, guys. If you're working on a project car, just don't show anybody. Because people can't see the vision. I see your vision, bro. Keep going. I see your vision. If you lose sight of the vision, send me a DM on Instagram. I'll encourage you. Don't listen to that negativity. We don't need that in our lives. You're a king. Next on our list is an 1996 Miata M Edition. The M Edition came in green for this year. It had chrome wheels. It was kind of a limited thing. I don't know how many they made. If you know, leave it in the comments. But it was cool. It had like headrest speakers and like a bunch of little doodads and gadgets that made a Miata more luxurious. All right, style and look.
I thought this car was so cute. When I was in school, I wanted a Miata. And
I didn't know that.
I remember passing by a dealership almost every day. They had this baby blue Miata in the front with a tan top. And I just thought it was so cute. And so when you got this car, I was already in love with it because it just reminded me of how much I wanted one.
Okay, so how many turbos are you going to rate this on the style and look?
I'm going to say a 5.
A 5?
Yeah, it was really nice.
Yeah, I mean, it was a handsome car.
I mean,
like,
green with the tan interior, you really just can't go wrong with
you
that
can't lose.
combination.
You can't lose. It screams like you talk like this.
Yes.
You know,
like you should be wearing an ascot.
Yeah, for real. Yeah.
Yeah.
Performance. I think we took this car to the Dragon too.
I don't remember the Dragon, but I definitely remember taking it to Miami.
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah. I do not recommend going to Florida in a convertible unless you're wearing sunscreen on your head.
Yeah. So like
I'm not talking about your face. I'm talking about your scalp.
Yeah. We being new to this convertible game, we're like, yo, we got a Miata, like, let's go. It gets like 80,000 miles a gallon. Like we can make it to Miami on like the quarters in my pocket. We hop in the Miata.
Yep.
We drop the top in the garage. Like we're just like, let's go.
Yes, and probably just one luggage bag.
Yeah, one.
Honestly,
That's all that fit. I don't even think we had a bag. I think we had like a plastic with like Target bag with clothes in it. We hop in the car and we proceed to drive 12 hours with the top down in the Florida sun.
Yeah, pieces in your hair.
Yeah,
it isn't until like
you're getting air
the
fried.
next day you're like, why is my scalp on fire?
Yeah, you're getting air fried. Is what it is. You got the wind and you don't notice it. Yeah,
Yeah.
bro, we were
Cooking.
cooked. So all right, speed and fun.
I don't remember being like super fast, but was it fun? I mean, hell yeah, it was fun. It was a convertible.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it a 5.
A 5
Yeah,
turbos.
it
Okay.
was fun.
All right, cool. So if you're still watching this video, I want you to subscribe and like it because 96% of my viewers aren't subscribed. Can you believe that? People watch these videos and they really like them, but they don't subscribe. All right, daily drivable. How daily drivable was this car?
The obvious issue with this car is that it is so small. I don't know why. Sometimes you see a big guy getting into like these little cars. And I'm like, how? Why?
It's the inverse of the little guy getting into a big truck.
Yeah. But not only that, I remember that we also had just gotten our Costco membership at the time. And you cannot fit anything from Costco in this car.
Bro, you can fit whatever you want when the top's down, honestly. Yeah. I put so many things in this. I remember bringing wood, like full 2x4s in the passenger seat sticking out the top in this car.
Yeah, but that would mean that I couldn't go with you.
What's the problem? You weren't going to help me anyway.
No, but I love Costco.
Okay, what's the...
But for utility-wise, I would have to give it a 3.
A 3?
I don't think it was very useful.
Cool factor. How cool is this car?
I don't think that this was the right car for you. I don't even know how you came about getting this car, honestly.
You were so tired of the hatch. You were like, yo, I'm not riding with you no more. Since I got something that B hates to her core, let me get something that I know that she'll just love, right? So this one was kind of a car that I bought.
Are you saying for me?
Kind of, yeah.
No.
I kind of bought it for you.
Oh.
So, I mean, look, do you think I wanted to own a Miata? Not really. But it had some mods. It sounded great. It had a good exhaust. It sounded really good.
I'm really big on sound. So this car really did sounded really good.
Yes, that's why I talk to her like this. She likes the sound.
Cool factor, I think, for you, though, I would give it a 3. It just, this is not the car for you.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right. How much emotional damage did this one put me through? You got to remember what happened to it.
But was it the car's fault?
Was it the car's fault that the accident hurt me? Absolutely.
Okay. So it's got to have like 5 turbos on this.
If you are a 6 foot, 201 pound man,
You shan't drive this car.
you shan't be in an accident in a Miata. I was really hurt, and the Miata was totaled. What do you rate it?
5.
A 5?
Yeah.
Screw the Miata. Snoop, aka my 2012 3.7 liter Mustang that I modded to hell. You know, I'm like most guys. I'm like, you heard a V6 Mustang ain't worth buying, right? And then I drove it, and I found this grabber blue Mustang premium package with every option.
Yeah.
And a 6-speed manual. I couldn't afford a 5.0. Let's just be honest.
We couldn't afford the insurance with him driving that 5.0.
No, I couldn't afford the insurance. I could afford the 5.0. I couldn't afford the insurance.
That's really what it was.
The insurance was as much as the car payment. Yeah, I remember that. I was like, damn. I bought this car and I did a rear gear. I did drive shaft, exhaust, tune, ported intake, you name it. I did every single mod to this car. There was nothing left. I autocrossed this car. I road raced this car. I drag raced this car. I street raced this car. I also drove it regular sometimes.
That was rare.
That was rare.
It was rare.
All right, so how would you rate this one on the style and look category? How many turbos are you going to give this bad boy?
I think it looked fantastic. I think it looked really, really good. I thought it was clean. I liked the wheels that you put on it, and I think Antonio had painted the roof.
Antonio painted the roof. We put the stripes on it.
Yes. Overall, I thought it was a really good looking car.
Okay, so how many turbos?
So I would give it a solid 5.
5 turbos. Look at that. What about performance?
You know, I think this was the only car that we've had that could actually put up with your driving. This car really could withstand your lead foot and the aggression that you took out on this car, because there were so many times that I would hear you before you got to our driveway.
I like the downshift.
So I would give it a 5 again.
So now let's get to the reliability daily drivable part of it. I did drive this car daily.
You did drive
for 10
it daily.
years. For 10 years.
However, it had had some major failures.
There's always a however.
The transmission failed. The engine failed. And again, I don't know if that was the manufacturer or the driver, but it failed. So would I say it was reliable? I wouldn't say it was super reliable. But again, guys, I really don't know if that's because of the car or because of him.
It's me. I'm super hard on cars. Like,
I would give it 3.
3 on the daily drivable
3
side
on
of
the
it.
daily
Okay,
drive,
because it wasn't really comfy.
It really wasn't. The
Yeah.
seats were, they were at one point comfortable, but
I put the Recaros in it.
Girls, they are not comfortable.
Girls hate Recaro seats for some reason.
And
I don't
it's
know why.
very hard to get in and out of.
Yeah, because we don't want you to leave the car. We want you to get in there, and then like you're not getting out. You're mine. So how cool was this car?
It was super cool. I think the Mustang is an American classic, and I think that this was a good looking body style for that year. Yeah, it was so cool that I bought one myself.
Emotional damage, baby. What are we talking with this bad boy?
I think that there were a lot of times where you were fed up with the car, discouraged and annoyed and frustrated.
Just typical car guy stuff.
And then, of course, with the accident, you know, that was really unfortunate. However, because I own a Mustang too, I had the benefit of getting a lot of the mods that you had in your car for myself. So that was really nice for me.
Really nice for you, yeah, super nice. Yeah.
Just put all the cool stuff in my car.
Yeah, so this car was totaled by a Toyota Corolla driven by someone who was texting.
And you know what's so unfortunate is that you had finally gotten to the car to a place where you really loved it. And I feel like a week later is when it got totaled. And yeah, it was devastating.
Yeah, I'm gonna miss this one.
Yeah.
So emotional damage. How many turbos of
5.
5?
5. All
Yeah.
the turbos.
Because I actually was injured in the accident, and so was B.
Yeah.
She hurt her neck, and I've got some spinal damage too.
Spinal.
A text message not only ruined 10 years of work in my build, but it also probably made it harder for me to keep working on cars and doing what I love. So yeah, I hope it was worth it. What do we got here?
Latundra.
Next up is my 2006 245,000 mile Toyota Tundra, also known affectionately as La Tundra or La Tundra. I haven't modified this truck at all.
No.
Other than putting the big meats on it.
He done put them big meat Larry Hoovers on the back.
I mean, I might put a stereo in it.
Yeah.
Maybe brakes. It needs brakes.
Yeah, because once it gets going, it's very hard to stop.
Got that weight.
Yes. Got that big back.
Big back, big back. Yeah. All right, so style and look. How dope is this truck? Like,
Oh man, you know how much I love the truck, but that girl, she's banged up. So
she's had a hard life.
she's been put to work. So I would give it a solid 2 turbos for style and look.
I mean, even though it's got like the chrome little Walmart
Yeah.
stuff on the fenders and
Faded
They're all-
headlights.
it's got a cool antenna. I mean, what car has antennas now?
Yeah, but she's got a dent.
Moving on. I don't need those negativity in my life. So, what about performance?
Is that
fast and fun is it?
I don't think that she's super fast. But again, like when she gets up, she gets up.
You're not really describing speed as much as inertia. Yes. When it gets moving, it's continues to move.
Sometimes when you're leaving the line, I feel like it is pretty fast.
Don't got that V8 in that
Yeah,
thing, boy.
it's not slow.
No,
She's
it's
just
got-
big. She's a
just-
big girl.
She's a big girl, but you know,
Yeah.
she got that first push, you know.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah. She's
oh,
she's nowhere near the other cars.
All right.
I think it's 3.
3.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Now, let's get to the best category for this truck. How daily drivable is La Tundra?
Well, I mean, we've been daily driving it for a year now.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
we really do.
Yes, we drive this truck everywhere, to every occasion, whether it is to a junkyard or a fancy 5-star restaurant. We drive this truck everywhere.
No, she's not lying, guys. Like, we take it everywhere.
I will wear my Gucci bag in this truck, okay?
And yeah, no
I
shame.
don't care.
No shame in my
I just
game.
don't care.
I really just love the truck.
I love the truck. It's so comfortable, and compared to the other cars, I mean, it's been nice. It's been a nice reprieve. The seats are cushy still, and it's got the armrest, and
The armrest.
the armrest is important.
Yo, if you want to get the girls, get a Miata or get a truck with armrests.
It starts up every single time.
That's a really low benchmark, but yeah.
I know, but
She has trauma. She's the wife of a car guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. It starts every time. It's so great.
Yeah, yeah.
No, it's a great truck. It is. It's so, what are you rating it? 5?
5, yeah.
Okay, a 5.
5.
Cool. Okay. Now, how cool is it? I mean, look at this thing.
Oh. It's kind of giving me like beluga whale in this photo for some reason. I don't know why. It's not that cool. This particular truck, she does have some cool features. I do love the back window. You can roll that down, so that's pretty cool. So I would give it a 3.
A 3 on the cool
And
factor?
cool, yeah.
It's cool to drive. And I think that every car guy's journey should probably start with a truck. You get yourself a truck, you get used to doing trucky things and troqueando ka. Then when you get your shit box, you need it to pick up engines, to pick up transmissions, to do car guy stuff. You need to kind of be a truck guy too. Now, how much emotional damage has this car inflicted on us?
I would say 0.
0?
To be honest, this truck has been such a blessing for us.
Yeah.
With the work that we've done lately and flipping 2 houses, she's put in a lot of work and saved us a lot of money. So 0 emotional
This truck
damage.
has paid for itself.
It really has.
So-
Dump fees are super expensive.
And I love taking dumps.
Yeah. Yes.
All right, so drum roll, please. Who wins? Let me see. What is the tally?
Okay, so at the bottom is It's no surprise, the hatch with 8 turbos. And then the Miata with 9 turbos. And then we have the TL with 11 turbos.
Okay, that's pretty high. Okay.
But then the Mustang and the truck are tied for 13 turbos.
Really?
Yeah.
We need a tiebreaker. If God came down right now and was like, Bianca, it's up to you to decide what car Miguel can drive for the rest of his life. You can resurrect the Mustang, or you can make the Tundra brand new.
Ooh, make the Tundra brand new?
Yes, the pick.
Oh, that's such a hard decision. Because a brand new Tundra would be so sweet.
I'm not talking about a new model. I'm talking about that one made new.
Yeah. That one, I mean, that's a good truck.
Okay.
For someone who enjoys cars and loves the mechanical things and the technical things, I feel like as a car enthusiast, you would get more joy out of the Mustang.
That's a good choice. Thank you. If it was up to me, I'd pick the Mustang too. Yeah. And then I'd make you buy a Tundra so we can win. It's a win-win. Let me know if you want to see more videos of me and Zeniora. Stay tuned for my next video. It's going to be awesome. I've been working on it for weeks. It's going to be about the top tuner builds for 300ZXs. So if you made it this far in the video, leave a happy birthday in the comment. Make my day. See you guys next time.